Hey, this is a follow-up video for that video I titled After Your Family Supports You. I'm trying my best to post it the new posting day that I post after this. Hopefully I remember to link it in the video. Uh, when I went back and I was watching that video, I wanted to make sure I elaborated on something. When I went down that rabbit hole of talking about, we were talking about negative supports and all this, that, and other. And there was a portion in the video where I said, I stripped down these videos and names and titles and all that, and this, that, and the third, because it's not important. And I went on in that video and I was saying, to keep from putting them on blast, even though they deserve to be put on blast. I want to elaborate on that more because I think that's a good talking point. The reason why is a few reasons. So hang on. The reason why I don't bother putting them on blast is not important. It's not important. It's not important. That's why I don't put them on blast. The reason why I made that statement of saying, even though they should be put on blast, yeah, you should be. You know what? You're like the little kid when you went to daycare when you was little. You got that one kid that bites or another one that kicks and punches the mess out of people. And you have to take him out the group or them out the group. And whether you send them home or calling their parents or whatnot, I want to focus on that for a moment. Not that the person should be isolated. It's so we can get to the root of the problem to see why this kid kicks or bites or do these other things to hurt these kids, other kids, because they're too young to be doing this. Yeah, some of it is kid behavior, but if you're doing this on the regular and you're doing this with anybody coming in the vicinity of you, there may be an issue that's going on. So we need to get you some attention. So that was the same standpoint that I was taking. I said, even though they should be put on blast because you're a person, you don't play well with others. When I'm talking about put on blast, I'm not going out of my way to talk bad about you or to tear down. But when we have conversations like I did in that video named the manipulative ones, mouth is dry. And I was talking about the way that I had to get the person that I was speaking to that was dealing with somebody who was manipulating every situation up around them was to get them to understand what they were dealing with. It's the same thing with that kid that bites and they kick. Not that we isolate them. And like I said, you never explicitly hear me say you just have to sever or cut ties because relationships are delicate. But in knowing what you're working with and knowing, hey, I don't want to get bit or kicked. So maybe it's that I don't not necessarily not play with this kid, but maybe I'm going to stay out of kicking distance or biting distance up from him. We can work from afar. And if that doesn't work, then, like I said, not saying you isolate because that's not the answer. The person needs help. They may need help. You might not be the one to give it to them. That's the reason why you got other people at the daycare that focus on this and they get other people involved, the parents, and we can come to a healthy resolve of this. So I'm just taking it way deeper than I probably should and talking about that. When I'm talking about that, putting it on blast, yeah, I think that people should be warned that when talking to you, you're destructive in nature. That's what I meant when I'm talking about putting you on blast. They should know, hey man, don't go sharing goals. Don't go sharing or doing X, Y, Z with this person because you're going to walk away broken. So you're going to walk away broken. And the funny thing is with this person and many other people that's like this, some of you psychologists and psychiatrists out there might say, oh, they don't operate like that with everybody. No, they don't initially. Usually they can get it in where they can get it in. Or they don't do that up front because these people come across very likable. They come across likable. That's the reason why you open up to them and you talk to them. And then the destruction begins. So I would need some sort of warning. So when I was talking to this person on that, I more so wait until I'm being consulted and then we have a talk with the situation. Not berating and just trying to tear them down, but just getting this person to realize on what you're dealing with. And the best way to go about doing this, so you're not putting into the negative situation. You're not turning around and being the kid that you're kicking and you're punching back. You're making the situation worse. You're getting it blown all up out of proportion. Or even if you did it one time, think about it. That kid that kicks or punches. Okay, so what? You teach your kid to hit back. Okay, your kid hits or punches them back. All right, you would think that would just be the end of it, right? No, some people want to go right back in there to get smacked and kicked again, and then they go smack and kick again. At this point, we got to ask, who's the one that needs help? Maybe both of you do. That's the whole intention and the purpose about me talking about putting it on blast. I believe some people, with some of the things they bring to the table, it's like you need a bat on your head. Hey, look, don't discuss X, Y, Z up with me, or man, I'm gonna tear you down and have you walking away feeling less than. I'm really being comical and funny in saying that. You can't do that, and people don't walk around with signs on their head. But I'm gonna tell you what you can do. You can talk and operate with people with discretion. Not that I'm saying you being judgmental. There's nothing judgmental about you revealing less up of your business, your goals, and that's nothing being judgmental. You, if anything, is being judgmental and you how you're operating with your goals and doing up for yourself. Because people don't have to know some of these things. This has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. That's the reason why I talked about they should be put up on blast. But since some people are forthcoming, some people think just like I thought, and this is something positive. I'm just sharing something encouraging. I'm going to share this out. I'm going to let this person know, man, I'm thinking about opening up a restaurant. Man, this is good. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about opening up a restaurant. You know, I tasted your cooking. I didn't think it was the best. Yeah, you got constructive criticism, but you know what? It's 10 or 15 other people. Plus, I got a pretty good self-awareness of myself that thought, man, my food really is good. They've begged me to bring this to a cookout, or they begged me to bring this to a potluck. And I know that this is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and push on ahead and open this restaurant. You're the only one saying this. So I got to chalk it up to, this is just drop number 29 in the bucket of just some of the foolish craziness things that you've ever said up to me. So I'm going to just chalk it up to you just being you. So it ain't constructive criticism, it's you being you. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, some of them people need to know that walk away and their goals and stuff broken, that maybe I shouldn't be sharing this with them. But like I said, to be redundant, since you can't do that, you can't put signs up on people's heads on who's going to hurt your feelings and to tear you down and do all this, that, and other. How about using some discretion on who and where and when and just how much you're relaying these things to people? You don't have to put them on blast. And then even when you find out what they're all about, hey, just move on. Ain't no need of coming down on their level and contributing the way that they contribute. Now you making me like you. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to be in timeout. I don't want my parents called up here because I'm spitting and biting and kicking up on other kids. I want to play with them, the candy land. That's what I like. I want to slide around on the candy land and beat everybody up off in there and brag in their face and make them feel bad. That's what I want to do. I want to stay. I want to ride them tricycles when we get outside on the playground. That's what I want to do. End the video. My name's Aim.